Hello everyone, welcome to my humble garage. Today we are going to fix up my wife's Tamiya Midnight Pumpkin. That's right, wife's Tamiya Midnight Pumpkin. The ESC needs upgrading and it needs a new receiver. I'll just show you me doing it basically. Other than that, not much else to do today. I hope you like the new merchandise. If you do want a bit of the merchandise, I'll put a link down below if you're interested. Also, today we'll be using like the alcoholic spray to get rid of the sticky stuff on the ESCs that stick into the chassis. So if you want some of that, there's also a link below. So if you like what you see and you're a new viewer, please subscribe. Up there, subscribe. If you're not, please enjoy watching. Give us a like. Give us a comment below with any questions or anything else. Other than that, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the movie. Right guys, before we carry on, let's just have a quick look at what Tamiya Midnight Pumpkin is. If you're not already familiar with them, they are basically the same chassis as the lunchbox. The only difference being is the body mounts on top, so that the Midnight Pumpkin body can sit on like this. On a lunchbox, the body mounts come out this way, so that the shell sits over the top to the side, like so. This actual Midnight Pumpkin, we think, we're not 100% sure, is one of the original ones. Main reasons being is because it has the Ford logo on the back, which a lot of the modern ones don't. It's got the hole for the heatsink from the old mechanical speed controller, the ones which sort of have the servo controlled copper thingy that goes backwards and forwards. But anyway, we're not particularly fussed about original electronics because it's obviously been changed at some point to one of these, even though it isn't the newest one. This one here, it is the TEU 101BK. Now, they were, I think, like a 90s ESC. The problem with this one is that it's got a bit of a loose connection, so when you run it's like So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly swap that out and also connect up the receiver. So move on. So first thing to do is we need to take out the old ESC. Now most of the time they're just stuck down with double-sided tape. It's usually been there for years, so we've got to just snip it out. We'll just snip it out with this today. A pair of really old body scissors. I can't find my side cutters. Just got a cable tie there. Okay. Now what have we got? Now on this one, you just need to take the switch out as well, which is at the bottom there. That's the servo cable, steering servo cable, and that's the ESC. So, easiest thing to do first of all is to remove the switch at the bottom. It's got two very, very small Phillips. Just remove those. Now this particular pumpkin has just got a standard 540 motor. That's all they need. If you wanted to run like a 2S LiPo on it, that would certainly liven things up, just due to the slightly higher voltage that you get over a prolonged period with the LiPos. I'm just taking the switch out of the main part of the chassis. Pretty boring. While I'm doing this, go and make yourself a cup of tea. Or you could hit the subscribe button if you wanted to. Anyway, that's the switch removed. That's the little plate. We'll just put that out of the way for the second. If we need it, I'm not sure yet. Then you've got the two cables connected to the motor. Just need to be pulled out.
Hello.
Like so. Okay, now as it's double-sided down, just get a big old screwdriver and stick it underneath and just pop it off like so. There we go. Someone's got some really rubbish double-sided tape on there. Okay, so we're left with like a little bit of sticky stuff. What I like to do is get a bit of alcoholic spray. Not too much. Just let that soak in for a bit. Doesn't need to soak in very long. Get your big old blade screwdriver, or your negative, whatever you want to call it, and just scrape it off. You want to get as much off of that as you can, really, so that when you put your new ESC in place, you've got a nice surface for it to adhere to with your double-sided tape. There you go. Scrapey scrape. Once that's off, get yourself a little bit of kitchen towel and just wipe off the excess. To put on the new ESC. Now this one as well, you can see there's a load of sticky stuff. It's not too bad. I'll just give it a little bit of a scrape with my nail. I don't recommend using a screwdriver on the bottom of this. Okay, now the best thing to do when you offer it up to the chassis is make sure that you have a long enough cable reach for your battery, which is pretty good actually, and for your motor connections. Now the motor connections go down through the back of the chassis like that. Okay, and that's your connection to the transmitter receiver, and there's your switch. Now this particular ESC is waterproof. Well, it says it's waterproof, we haven't really tested it. Now this switch, probably just, rather than screw it in, just get a little bit of decent double-sided tape and put it in there. Okay, and get some double-sided tape. You can get this on eBay. It's great stuff. Again, I'll put a link in the bottom if you want to get yourself some. And all you do, you don't need a great deal. Get yourself a pair of scissors. These are rubbish. I will not be putting a link in the bottom of those. Get your double-sided tape. Stick it on the bottom of your ESC. Just remind yourself where it's going. You don't want to stick it on the wrong way. Like so. Okay, so just take off the back of the tape. Do a bit of magic. And then just stick your ESC on like so. Now like I said, this is an ESC from an FTX Carnage, my son's FTX Carnage actually. So just stick it on like so. Just give it a little firm stick down. Make sure it's not going anywhere. Now we'll do the same for this switch. We'll just stick a little bit of double-sided tape down there. I'm going to give that a little bit of squirt with the alcohol, not the alcoholic, like so. Okay, Now the good thing about using double-sided tape is that it's reusable. You don't have to drill any holes and stuff like that, which is why a lot of people in these days, with how good the double-sided tape is, why a lot of people in RC hobby use it. So I'm just going to cut a bit off for the switch mounting now with awful scissors. And there we go. You can see that the switch is mounted nicely in there. We have access to it there. Okay, that's the switch mounted. So now that the ESC is in, we can now connect up the motors like so. It's just push fit. You can always swap them over if you get them wrong. Just make sure they've got a nice tight connection. If you need to, just, which I might have to, just nip them up with a pair of pliers. It won't do any harm. Okay. Again, this is the receiver here, and all we're going to do is just plonk it in there. Make sure that you've just got enough length to connect it. You stick your ESC into the 2 slot. Okay. Just get the transmitter. Very old style transmitter, but it does the job. And doesn't have any batteries in it. Okay, so we're all stocked up with batteries. We'll just turn this bad boy on. The size of this thing is massive. And connect up just a 7.4, 10.2 volt battery. This is just standard NIM battery. You can get these pretty readily. Again, if you're interested, link below. Plug it in like so. Slot the battery in. Now, I haven't plugged in the, haven't put the receiver into the actual body yet, so it's floating about at the moment, but I just wanted to test it. Right, so now with the transmitter on, around. Okay, so there we have steering. Which is currently back to front, but we're not fussed about that at this stage. There we go. Now the battery's a little bit low, that's why the speed's not massive, but that is basically all connected up and ready to go. So put it back together, and my wife will now be happy because she'll be able to use her car. Great stuff. Hi guys, thanks for watching. Had a really good time fixing up that Tamiya. It was pretty straightforward. We just swapped out the ESC. The ESC we used was from one of my other old cars, well actually my son's car, because he's upgraded to brushless, which I explained earlier in the video. If you want to use a different ESC, you can use any ESC, but the one I would recommend is the link down below. It's a 1060 ESC. It enables you to switch between LiPo and NIM. The LiPo function basically means it will cut off before the LiPo gets too low. In other words, keeping your battery safe from failing. So, again, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Give us a thumbs up. Comment below. There's loads more videos coming up in the future. This isn't just about remote control cars, this channel is about my hobbies, so there may be a bit about my motorcycle, there may be a bit about me and the kids going out on bikes. I don't know yet, but there's loads coming up in the summer, and I really appreciate all your support. Getting to 100 subscribers was the best thing in the world for me, felt amazing. I will continue to come up with new ideas. Again, thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, comment below, let me know what you think. Cheers guys.